today we'll be making chicken salad wraps. So when you make chicken salad, the first step is obviously the chicken. This is pre-roasted. I just bought it from Shaw's. That's our supermarket here at BU up in Boston. You can buy the chicken pre-cooked if you want, or if you have access to an oven, you can buy it fresh and do it yourself. For those of you with a dorm room, I would recommend buying your chicken already cooked, just like I did here. Second step, apples. These are Granny Smith apples. They're a little bit more tart than other apples, and they hold their shape a little bit more when you put them in chicken salad, especially next to nuts. These are pecans. I was actually looking for walnuts, couldn't find them. I decided I'd use some pecans instead. Nuts can be really expensive, so when you're buying nuts, it's usually good to shop around. They'll be in multiple places in the supermarket. Some of them are more expensive than others. I found these in the snack aisle. They were about $3. And finally, Greek yogurt. A lot of people make chicken salad with mayo. I prefer Greek yogurt. It has a lot more protein in it because mayonnaise is just egg and oil, where Greek yogurt actually comes from milk. It's a dairy product. So it's a little bit healthier. Let's get started. So, we'll start with the chicken. Easiest thing to do with the chicken, just take it, put it on your cutting board. I'm going to move everything else out so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to, for this recipe, use both the dark and the white meat. So the white meat comes from the breasts, that's in here. Dark meat comes from the thighs. So I'm going to first start by removing the legs of the chicken. It's really easy. Just grab, and you can just pull them right off. If your chicken is properly roasted, they come straight off. Your chicken also may have strings kind of tying it together. Don't eat those, they're no good. So we're going to pull the legs off of the chicken. And then when you want the breast, just take your knife. There's a breastbone down the middle. Just put your knife next to the breastbone and just wiggle it around in there, and the whole breast should pop right off, just like that. So I'm just going to take my knife, I'm going to chop up some of this chicken into chunks. Make sure that they're big enough that they'll be substantial and that you'll actually taste chunks of chicken when you're eating your chicken salad wrap. So what I really like about these pre-roasted chickens is the fact that you can buy them at the store, and you can use them in recipes like this for chicken salad. You can save the bones and you can make stock, or you can pretty much just eat them as a meal. They're really delicious, they're really easy, and if you're starving and have a lot of people to feed, especially if it's you and your roommates, they're really simple. You take them, you get some vegetables on that plate and maybe some sort of carbohydrate, and you've got a full-on dinner. So, take some of our meat, throw it in the bowl. I'm going to do the leg now. It's really easy. You just take your hands and just pull it apart. You're going to want to get all the bones out of there. All the bones and the cartilage that holds them together. Run your knife through the meat once you've got the bone. Remember, you're going to want this to be chunky, especially when you've got hunks of apple and nuts in there. There. Perfect. And add the dark meat to the bowl. So before we move on to the apples, two things about chicken bones. You can actually save what's left here and make a stock out of it. You just put it in a pot with some water, carrots, onions, celery, set it to boil. Maybe if you want, you can add a little salt and pepper. And just let it boil for a while. When it's done, strain it out, and then you can freeze that stock and use it for soups later on. Second thing, this is my favorite part about buying the full roasted chicken. You get a wishbone. What you do with the wishbone is you just leave it out for a couple days until it dries. And then you and a friend each make a wish, and you pull on the two sides, and whoever gets the middle, their wish comes true. One last thing about chicken, this, if you leave it in the garbage, will smell after probably about a day, and it smells really bad. So you're going to want to make sure that you take the garbage out right after you're done. So as I said before, I really like Granny Smith apples. They're a little bit more tart and they hold their shape a little bit more when you put them in the chicken salad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the skin on. If you do that, you get a little bit more fiber, a little bit more nutrients. If you don't like the skin, you can just peel it off. Also, to cut the apple, you can be like me and just use a knife. Or if you have one of those cores that splits your apple into 8 pieces, you can use that too. I like to not have extra gadgets around my kitchen, so Me and my apple and my knife get along really well. To cut your apple, just take your knife and go once down each side, like that, and then go across. And that will leave you with apple bits, and left over you have the core. Take your knife and just kind of chop this up a little bit. You're going to want to make sure that you keep this chunky so that it stands up to the big chunks of chicken that we just put into our bowl. Next, we're going to add the pecans. These came pre-chopped into small bits, so I don't have to do anything to them. But if you happen to buy whole pecans, you can take them, just put them on the cutting board, run your knife through them, and throw them in. The last step in this salad is Greek yogurt. Depending on how much chicken and apple and nuts you've put in, you'll need a different amount. The easiest way to do it is just go a little bit at a time because you can't take it out, but you can always put more in. So, I'm just going to take a big spoon. I'm going to put in the yogurt. Give it all one big, really good stir. There. And that's the end of the chicken salad. But I promised you chicken salad wraps, didn't I? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the easiest way to wrap up your chicken salad. Take some of the chicken salad and put it right down the center. You can be a little bit generous here because you have so much wrap and you're going to want to be able to balance it out with the actual chicken salad. So you're going to want to mold it so that it's kind of long and already in the general wrap shape. There, that looks like enough. The second step is the actual wrapping. I'm going to steal a little bit from the burrito wrapping method, just to make sure that we don't lose any chicken salad, especially if you're going to take this wrap to class. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold down the ends. So I'm going to take this side and I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to do that again. That way you get this little triangle down at the bottom here. I'm going to do the same thing up at the top. So I'm going to fold and fold. Now you've got these two little triangles. Then I'm going to flip it and just wrap one side over, and then bring the other side around. And now you've got this really nice little compact wrap that you can take to class. You can just put it in a plastic bag, or you can eat it. It's a really delicious lunch. So I hope you enjoyed making chicken salad with me, Allie. And with your extra chicken salad, if you just throw it in the refrigerator, it'll be a nice lunch for tomorrow or the day after. Or if you want a snack, just grab some crackers and you can eat it that way. It's really delicious. I'll see you next time. Bye!